Hello my fellow pet parents and lovers, and welcome to Chihuahuas and Stuff. As a quick disclaimer, I wanted to start off by saying that I am by no means a qualified pet nutritionist. I am a qualified personal trainer, and nutrition was one of the units that I did have to study to achieve my qualification. However, I have basic understanding of human nutrition, and I'm just a loving pet parent who understands the importance of fresh foods and healthy nutrition. And obviously I don't like to feed my family processed things. I always opt out to making things from scratch, and that's the courtesy that I want to extend to my Chihuahuas, because I want them to be around for a long time, and I understand the importance of healthy nutrition, and I understand that the ingredients that they use to make kibbles and other wet foods are genuinely not foods that I would want to feed my children. Therefore, I wouldn't want to feed these overly processed, unknown foods to my dog. And so today we want to start sharing all the recipes that we use to make our dog treats, and that are thoroughly inexpensive, which in these times of inflation obviously are a helping hand. And they definitely healthier options to store-bought treats, which are generally filled with glycerin, which originates from rapeseed oil. For this project, you will need boiled sweet potatoes, apples, bananas, dog peanut butter to make sure that there's no added sugars or salts in it, moulds, and a hand blender. We are going to pop all the ingredients into a container or a bowl. I'm specifically using a plastic container in this occasion. You're welcome to use a salad bowl, a glass bowl, or anything that you may wish to substitute my container with. We also boil the potatoes in the skin because I believe that it preserves some of the nutrients and it makes an easy peel. Pop in your peeled bananas. I like to break mine up into smaller bits because it makes that easier blend. And then move on to your apples. I like to peel mine, but whatever you choose, please be sure to remove all peeps. I also like to cut mine up into little pieces because again, it makes an easier blend. Now we add in the peanut butter. I'm being quite generous with mine, so I'm adding in 2 big tablespoons. My dogs are fairly small, so based on the size of your dogs, you may want to double the recipe. However, peanut butter holds it together quite well, so I do like to add quite a bit of it. Whether you chose to use a hand blender like I am, or a food processor, it is time now to blend all your ingredients up together. And if after blending is looking like horrible brown mush, you have succeeded. It smells, however, wonderfully. You can scoop it all up now and fill your molds, which I like to pre-oil so that when I do pop them out, they come out easily. They do go into the freezer. I therefore like to keep them tidy. I don't like to make too much mess. I clean up the molds all around so that I don't make a mess in my freezer. If you don't have any spare ice cube trays, or you don't want to use your ice cube trays, or don't have any fancy silicone molds, that's okay. You can use recycled containers or takeaway containers or anything like that. Anything reusable or sustainable will make do, so long as you either pre-oil it or just pop a baking sheet inside it so that it makes an easy pull out. Do make sure that if you do use one of these plastic containers, you don't layer it too thick, so that when you do take it out, you can cut it into small pieces and serve your dog that way. Now that your molds are filled, it's time to pop them into the freezer. I like to leave mine to set overnight, so we'll take a look in the morning and see what they look like. They've now been in there overnight, so it's time to take them out and pop them out the molds. I like to store them in one big bag. Once they're frozen individually, they don't tend to stick back together, so you can easily pop one out the bag and feed it to your dog as you go along. These are great treats for the summer, as you can feed them to your furry babies as frozen treats to cool them down when it's too hot, or you can pop them in their bowl or on a lick pad and let them defrost and let them have a lick at it as if you would peanut butter. They're great because they don't have any added crap in it, and they're super affordable. They're super cheap to make. You can make bigger batches, freeze them in how big a batch you want to freeze them in, and they're just a healthy alternative for my dogs to have as a treat during training sessions. If I want to praise them and use positive reinforcement, they absolutely love them. So yeah, it's just an amazing way to keep their diet as clean as I possibly can, as healthy as I possibly can.